you're doing well. It's Chloe Alexandra here, and I just want to talk about a few things today. I feel like a bit of a ranty rant. By the title of this video, I think you already guys know what I'm about to talk about. Nobody informed me about how hard adulting is going to be, and I'm only now becoming accustomed to it at age 25 years old. It's a lot to take in, and I just want to discuss some things that I have experienced or going through, and maybe someone out there relates to what I'm talking about, understands my pain, you know, gets the gist, you know what I'm saying? So the first thing I really want to talk about, tackle, is money, finances, career, and how they work hand in hand. If your journey was similar to mine in terms of you've gone to uni and you found a job, that transition from uni into real life was traumatic for me. Absolutely traumatic. Let me tell you why. This is the first time in my life that I can live it freely without doing coursework. People may think that, oh, that's fun, you don't have to do anything educational. I've been in education, at that time I was in education for 24 years. Always had homework, always had coursework, always had something to do with school. And this is the very first time in my life that I'm not in school anymore. What do I do with myself? Then I had to come to terms with that, I can't even work part-time anymore and collect student finance on the side. I need to work full time. When I was in uni, I worked on the weekends. I worked for TFL, so I did have a job, but it was a part-time, so it didn't really, you know, affect my social life or anything as much. But now, I've now filled my time with, it's no longer school, now it's full-time work, and that transition was absolutely mad to me, absolutely crazy, I'm not gonna lie to you. So if I just bring it back a bit, people need to stop this assumption of I got a degree that guarantees me a job. It is a lie, it is fake, it's not true, this is a myth. It doesn't work. It doesn't work like that at all. The course I did in uni was very generic, so I kind of didn't really know what I wanted to do. But all I knew was I was tired of working for TFL and I wanted to be in an office. Put me in front of a computer, let me type my life away. The fact that I had to kind of figure out what I want to do in life and try not to make the wrong decision so it doesn't set me back if I want to change career paths or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure the next 5 or 10 years I probably might not be doing what I'm doing now, but I wanted to make sure that if this is what I ended up doing, let me do it the right way. And I'm still going through it. My mind is always going, oh, what am I going to do next? What's the next move? What's the next job? And all that stuff. But that initial deciding factor of what career path am I choosing was so difficult, and I naturally put a lot of pressure on myself, and you shouldn't, but the way I am and structured, that's just how I am. I was really depressed during this time. Like, it was so hard because I was applying for jobs back to back and non-stop, and at this time I didn't have much experience, so I wasn't getting much responses on my CVs, and the interviews I got, it was just really like useless jobs basically. I was really going through it. I honestly thought I was going to be working for TFL for the rest of my life. I thought I wasn't going to make it out the hood. You know, I decided that, you know, I wanted to get into human resources, always loved the field, did really good at it in uni when I had modules relating to it, and I just wanted to know a bit more about it. So I ended up getting into recruitment. A lot of people kind of steered me away from that type of role, but with the company I ended up going with, I really progressed really fast, which was really good. Definitely boosted my confidence in an office environment, which was amazing. But, you know, the money wasn't mathematically mathing. It wasn't making any sense. I had to move forward. In your adulting years, you're going to be job hopping a lot into a role that you feel like is best for you. I really do like that about our generation, that we don't feel compelled to stay somewhere for a long period of time. Like, you need to realize that that job needs you as much as you need them, so and you're always replaceable as well. So then it comes to money. As you get older, you want more things, you're getting slightly more money, and more money equals more problems sometimes. When I say more problems, it means more bills. So as I grow as an adult, I'm driving, I got a car, I got two actually. Don't ask me questions, it is what it is. I've got 2 cars, paying for that. You know, phone bill increases because you've got a bit more cash dollar. You can get a nicer phone with a better contract. You're trying to build your credit, because when I was in uni, my credit was absolutely appalling. I was doing the absolute bogus nonsense with my credit, not understanding the value of it. As now I'm 25, I'm saving for a house, and I can see how much that's affected me. Now I have to like learn how to understand how credit works and how to improve it, and find out, you know, how to manage money and to forecast and budget. And it was just a lot of new things I've never done before, I've never needed to do, and that's hard in itself. So how I've managed that now is that when it comes to my money, I have a budgeting spreadsheet that you can buy on the website. quick advertisement. And I use it. I forecast at least 3 to 6 months in advance. Sometimes I forecast for a whole year, but it's always changing, you know. It helps me visualize my money and what I can save for and what I could do. And that's helped me, you know, be less stressed about money, to understand that money comes and goes as well. That's one thing I'm learning and have learned as an adult when it comes to the cash dollar. So the next thing I would like to talk about is relationships. You already knew that this topic was gonna come up, guys. You already knew. How do I feel about them? I'm like this with them at the moment. I'm not against them, but I'm not for them either. But I realize as an adult, relationships can definitely take a toll on your mental health. I think everyone knows that's common knowledge, but I don't think you really deep it unless it happens to you. And it did. So for me, from the ages of, how old was I? I think 22. So from the ages of 22 to 24, I was in a relationship. It really took a toll on me, and it's kind of affected my views about relationships now. In that instance, that was my first proper relationship. I never really took anybody else seriously before that. So there was a side of me that I've never experienced. Anyone in a loving relationship, once you find that love, you give it all. You give it all, every ounce of you. And I wish I didn't do that, because now, after leaving that situation, I've had very top quality candidates come my way, but I can't fully give myself to anybody. I mean, you should never fully give yourself. You should always do about at least 98%, you know. That 2%, you hold it back to yourself. You have to be worth my energy. And I really feel like I wish I knew my worth then like I know now, but you wouldn't know unless you've gone through certain things. But I do feel like I wish I had a better foundation into understanding who I am regarding that side of my life. As an adult now, it becomes very difficult to let people in. When it comes to relationships, you're just trying to understand this side of you because it's a lot softer. When I'm in a relationship, I am a fucking marshmallow. I'm not as hard or tough or as confident as I am as regular Chloe. But when I'm in a relationship, this guy just makes me soft. I've learned how to become stronger, but I'm learning to forgive and forget. Forgetting something that probably traumatized you, like gave you the sweetest years of your life, but traumatized you at the same time, it's fucking difficult. So it was very new for me, and that's something I definitely wasn't prepared for. Not many people are anyway, so it is what it is. I feel like one of the hardest things about adulting is to realize that you're an actual adult. For my whole life until this point, I've always been seen as a child, you know. Oh, the kids, oh, my mum would be like, oh, the girls are there, the kids are over here. You know, your aunties and your uncles and everything like that. And then you just realise, like, maybe you go to family gatherings and they're offering you alcohol, and then get into an argument with somebody online, they'd be like, you're a big woman, like, you're like, what do you mean I'm an adult? Like, I'm an adult, but it's like, you see when you just deep it, you're just like, whoa, like, I'm not even a young lady anymore, I'm a woman. Big words like this. Big shoes to fill. I'm a woman now. A woman, capital W. What type of woman do I want to be? And I had to decide, I will not take less than being successful. Is this how I am? People say, you know, it's trial and error. You never know what happens in this life. That's you. But with me, I must get the cash dollar and I must be successful in anything that I do. And that's just how I am. You can take it as you want. If you don't like how I said it, then I don't know how else to say it. I'm very determined. I've always been very determined. I've always been very motivational with myself and with others. And I'm looking around all these strong women around me, and everyone has their uniqueness. And for me to find my own uniqueness was very difficult for me. But I do now realize what it is for me. And that is to be unapologetically myself. And it is what it is. It got to a stage that my niceness is always taken for granted. And I saw many situations I was in that people just used to take the fucking piss. And excuse my language, but it is what it is. It will still not change how I am. I'm as sweet as pie. I will stand up for myself and I will speak and I will not let anything slide. I've become more knowledgeable and very more vigilant around my surroundings. And I feel like those new qualities I've discovered about myself really brings a lot of integrity to me. It's helping me morph into the woman that I truly want to be. I mean, there's a long road ahead. I'm only 25, but I feel like I've done all right for now. But it can be hard when you're just lost in the source and you might not have as much resources as I do to help you kind of understand yourself, because I do feel like it takes a village to help you grow. It was a very difficult time for me to kind of figure out who I am. I think another element of why adulting is hard is that you realise you're entering another phase of your life. My style is changing. My body is changing. You realise that you can't spend as much time with your friends as you did before because you had all the time in the world. Now you don't because you're working full time. Your vibe is changing. The way you think is changing. If you're not ready for change, you need to read some books about adulting so you can prep yourself for it, because a lot is going to happen. It does not feel the same as I felt 5 years ago. I feel a lot achier, not as flexible. Like, I'm hitting the gym now, which is fantastic, but I just feel more sluggish. And then now I have to like really think about taking care of my body, because the older you get, the more you slow down. And I'm talking as if I'm 85 or something, but seriously, like, I don't know if it's just me, but my body's just been doing crinkle crackle. My bones are aching. You know, my joints are cracking. The type of partners you're looking for changes. This sounds like I'm just chatting shit, and maybe I'm not pinpointing exactly what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm trying to say, and I really do hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. But you just feel like, raw, like what I thought about this 3 years ago is not the same now, and it's wild to me. It's mad. So yeah, that's another thing about adulting that really, you know, trips me sometimes. And lastly, I want to talk about the societal pressures. And thankfully, my family hasn't pressurized me regarding this department, that you guys fully know what I'm about to talk about. I have a lot of friends and family around me, and who has, you know, 1 kid, 2 kids, married. Obviously, it's my dream to be a mother one day. It is my dream to be somebody's wife one day. The way life is going, I don't see it happening anytime soon. I hope it does. Do I feel pressured by it right now? No, because I have so much I want to do as an independent individual being before I include anyone else into my life. Everyone's paths are different, so recently I just come to realise that, listen, you can't compare your own to others. You don't know how they got there. You don't know what they had to do to get there. And if God decided to give them that life earlier than you did, than you have, then fine. Up till recently, it was on my mind heavily, like, what's going to happen. Like, in terms of having kids, I'm not really planning on having kids anytime soon, but in my head I'm thinking, oh my God, I need to be with someone at least for 2-3 years before I start doing all that. And I'm 25 now, so that means if I get someone now, I'll be 28 when I'm ready. All those mathematical, practical equations are going through my brain cells. It was really, really doing my brain. Then my mum was just like to me, why are you stressed? No, tell me, why are you stressed? Would you rather be young and make the wrong decision because you feel desperate? Or would you rather be mature or wait for the right time to make the best decision and everything falls into place beautifully? And I'm like, you right. Shout out to my mum for the good advice. She ain't stressing me, she's not bothered by it. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to me rant. Sometimes, you know, I just need to let off some steam and some stress off my shoulders, and I definitely feel like this video is the perfect time to be made, really. So much things are happening in my life, and I just thought, let me just throw a bit of what's going on out there so you guys can understand what I mean. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'll talk to you guys soon. See you later. Bye.